Hello, my name is Louise. I'm 24 years old, and I'm here. I'm here because I don't have a future. And you might hate me for doing this, and you're entitled to hate me. But I wish you would direct all that anger and hatred at our government. They are betraying young people like me. I wouldn't have to be there if they did their lawful duty to their own citizens. I'm part of the Just Stop Oil Coalition, demanding an end to all new oil and gas licenses in the UK. What we're asking for...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We get it, girl. And I'll admit, she had me first when she was talking about directing anger at government. But then totally lost me by calling for more government! I could save her. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Zuckerdansky here of WeAreChange.org, and we have a plethora of crazy news to get into today, as there continues to be some major shakeups at Twitter. Lots of people leaving and then coming back, permanently suspended. What? We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, as well as the latest geopolitical news unfolding right now in Ukraine, with insane footage coming from that theater of war that is only getting more desperate and crazy by the day. Lots to talk about. We're going to be discussing that, plus a lot more, all on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is by a group called Just Stop Oil, and if they got their way, according to their name, this would lead to tremendous amount of human suffering and havoc on the world stage, since of course the world is dependent on oil. This as activists from the organization keep committing more and more outlandish, shocking forms of activism, as the latest stunt is from a 24-year-old woman that just shut down a major highway in the United Kingdom, as she clearly is dealing with a lot of mental duress, is absolutely not doing well. Some people would say she's also dealing with narcissism and delusion of grandeur, as some crazy people have literally convinced her that she has no future, that the world is ending unless she stops people having the access to energy. And looking into this, doing a deep dive in this, a lot of this is absolutely unpractical. It doesn't make any sense at all, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if this cause wasn't supported by right-wing billionaires that are financing this in order to make a lot of genuine people on the left look bad. That, again, is just a possible theory that I'm laying out there, as of course in the United States, the Biden administration has been following some of the policies that Just Stop Oil has been recommending, stopping domestic energy exploration and production, while of course begging Saudi Arabia to pump more oil and ship it over here, and of course tapping the U.S. strategic petroleum reserves, which now have been drained for the 60th consecutive week, and it's at its lowest point in 40 years. And of course, the limiting of domestic energy to the American people is a transition that the Biden administration is patting themselves on the back of, as of course, it's also creating a lot of economic havoc. And how bad is the economy because of deliberate denial of energy by the government? Well, in Aurora, Colorado, a used casket was just traded in for a cash loan at a pawn shop. That's how bad the U.S. economy is, as of course we're dealing with record numbers of inflation, record number of money being printed, given out to Wall Street, to all the major banking institutions in order to prop up the ESG score, which is creating a situation that this young woman wants more of. As of course the Democratic Party is busy trying to set up a great reset, rather than of course, actually take care of the general public. Now, will this lead to some kind of referendum? Will this lead to some kind of significant change, especially in these upcoming midterm elections? Well, we're only going to see this, as today, Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, just tweeted out, quote, "To independent-minded voters, shared power curbs the worst excess of both parties. Therefore, I recommend voting for a Republican Congress, given that the presidency is Democratic." Going on and expanding, hardcore Democrats or Republicans never vote for the other side, so independent voters are the ones who actually decide who's in charge. And as even Elon Musk is telling people to vote for Republicans, this has set off some very interesting reactions. We're going to be talking about this in just a little bit, but also at Twitter HQ, we're also finding out that people are being banned for impersonating other individuals, specifically Elon Musk. This, as of today, H3H3 Productions was just suspended for pretending to be Elon Musk, and so was Kathy Griffin yesterday. Now, the people who are against Elon Musk are saying that she was censored and banned because of the parody that she was making against him. Other people are saying that she was banned for election misinformation, as she was using her Elon Musk account in order to urge Americans to vote for Democrats. And Kathy Griffin, who has talked about how she despises Elon Musk and the new Twitter, literally reactivated her dead mother's Twitter account in order to get back on the platform, in order to call Elon Musk a bad word, highlighting a new low to Kathy Griffin that, of course, a lot of people are criticizing, a lot of people are making fun of her because of. And even though I absolutely disagree with the distasteful nature of Kathy Griffin, I still think there should be at least a path of redemption for everyone, including the people I strongly disagree with, in order to still have a voice online. So if she's going to be permanently suspended, I think overall that's a net negative. Will she be able to start a new account? Will she be able to have some form of redemption to come back on the platform? Personally, I hope so, all in the sake of free speech, which should stand and be allowed for everyone. This, as very interestingly, a lot of people who announced that they're going to be leaving Twitter have been coming back to the platform, as multiple celebrities now, like Mick Foley, have announced that they're just back for Twitter just for one more day, just for one more week, just for one more month. As of course, a lot of celebrities can't get enough of the platform, especially the ones publicly announcing that they're leaving the platform. Could that be because some of these influencers paid over $13,000 just to get a verified mark that now anyone could get for $8? Hey, I would be pissed too. If I bought something for $13,000 that would be devalued to $8, I'll be up in arms as well. But of course, there's a lot at stake here, including a lot of the fake bots that usually follow celebrities and mainline politicians that soon will be revealed. Free speech is paramount towards a free society, and this is going to be crucially important, especially during these upcoming midterm elections, and of course the presidential elections happening in 2024. All of this, as a lot of people are predicting a red wave. Will it happen? Will we even find out on election day what's going to be the results of these highly anticipated elections? Well, only time will tell. I have my own theories, and we'll be talking about them and my own predictions later on today on LukeUncensored.com, where, of course, I want to do a deep dive about the true winners, what I see happening on election day, what I see happening after election day, my own kind of Nostradamus-like predictions that might be right, might be wrong, who knows, but I'm going to be, of course, expressing this very sensitive topic that I can't on this platform, all exclusively on LukeUncensored.com, where you also get exclusive access to members-only merchandise at cost, a forum, 3 master classes, as well as new videos almost every single day, only available to you as members of LukeUncensored.com. See you there right after this broadcast finishes. You can just click the link down in the description below. Literally, sign up here very easily with just your email, or if you have your login credentials, just put them in here. Log in, all on LukeUncensored.com. See you there right after this broadcast, which is not yet done. As of course, we just continue to get crazier and crazier footage from Ukraine, including this one of a lone Russian engineer that is able to throw multiple grenades out of his way and survive a Ukrainian drone attack on him. As this incredible footage shows, a man grabbing 2 grenades and throwing them away, luckily being able to get away from the blast zones. This, as there's also allegations and videos of Russian generals facing off against mutiny from their fellow soldiers. This, as of course, war brings a brutal toll to any country, to any humanity that is still left in the face of politicians making them do the most absurd and inhuman acts. This, as today we're getting a new report that the U.S. government has just flip-flopped and switched their stance, as previously the United States was asking the government of Ukraine not to engage in peace talks with Vladimir Putin. Today we're finding out that the United States is pressuring Zelensky to meet with the Russian president, pressuring them to talks in order to negotiate a potential end to this fighting and conflict. This, as of course many people feared that there could be a big possibility for a nuclear war here that could greatly escalate the situation and put everyone's lives at risk in the entire world. Yeah, you know, something that I think is worth considering, as only a few days ago we reported to you new claims that the conversation between Joe Biden and Zelensky got heated, as Zelensky was asking for more aid and Biden told him to be more thankful and then yelled at him. This, as we have to remember that many Western governments have been pushing Ukraine to prolong this conflict, not to negotiate a peace deal, and in many times sabotaged actual peace deals that Zelensky and Putin previously agreed to. The two were supposed to meet until Western leaders came to them and told Zelensky not to meet with Vladimir Putin. Is this report accurate that Zelensky will be pressured into meeting with Putin? Well, if this happens, I think that's a sign for a potential peace deal, a de-escalation of the conflict, which I think, in my own personal opinion, is absolutely needed here. This, as the Ukrainians are also facing a very desperate situation with their energy infrastructure, which has been targeted by the Russians, which is leaving some analysts saying that thousands in Ukraine will be freezing to death this winter, as people in Kiev are literally told that they might have to flee the capital of Ukraine if total blackouts happen. All of this as, of course, sanctions and the larger economic war is affecting gas and energy prices all around the world, which is increasing the prices of almost everything else. The price of fertilizer has gone up. The price of wheat has gone up. The price of everything essential that Ukraine and Russia provide to the world has been affected in some way by this conflict. Even, of course, Scottish whiskey, which, according to some sources, the president of Russia approved a secret deal to be smuggled into Russia. And the economic factors are very severe, as even the Netherlands has become the first European country, according to some reports, to stop the sanctions against Russia, as of course the economic havoc from this proxy war is a burden too big for many countries. Now, will this conflict end? Well, there's a lot of politicians with their children who have business deals with Ukraine. We're probably going to have to consult with them first. This, as the Wall Street Journal just released an article talking about how, quote, the big one is coming and how the U.S. military isn't ready. Now, is this propaganda just, of course, to fill up the military coffers of the industrial complex? Well, who knows, but knowing how incompetent this government and other bureaucratic governments have been before, it wouldn't surprise me if, because of all the nonsensical policies being put by these woke military generals, that in fact this article might have some merits in truth to it. All of this as the president of Russia is literally referencing Hiroshima and other nuclear attacks with conversations with the president of France. This, as the French president, by the way, has also been secretly recording these conversations that the president of Russia thought were private and has released them with a documentary film crew. Now, with Diplomacy 101, that's not really a good way of building trust. Of setting up communication here, which I think is breaking down and endangering all of us. I think we need a peace deal more than ever. That's just my opinion. What do you think? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys commenting, being here with me till all the way up until the end of this video. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. One more video right now on LukeUncensored.com. See you there.